Good morning, good afternoon, good evening everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Em's Caravan Cooking. This one I know Ray has long waited for. This week we are doing Rum Balls for our month of caravan cooking. So I can't stress enough that this is the good old-fashioned traditional recipe just like Grandma used to make. It uses the Weet Bix, not biscuits. There are recipes out there that do away with the Sultanas and the Weet Bix. It's literally just biscuit, condensed milk with a bit of rum thrown in. They really aren't worth your effort. You absolutely need to make these ones. They're the best. That's all I can say. Alright, so without further ado, let's jump into this one. This one is super easy. This is another easy one. So there's absolutely no reason why you can't make this one for Christmas. You can also get the kids involved if you like. So, nice roughly crushed Weet Bix. You don't need a food processor or anything fancy. I crush these ones by hand. 9. There is 9 Weet Bix crushed. 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Any old cocoa powder. Some recipes will tell you need certain types of cocoa powder. Just cocoa powder. Half a cup of coconut. Now I must stress for this one you actually do need to use the little fine coconut, so desiccated coconut. It can't be the big chunky stuff, whatever. It has to be the fine coconut. So half a cup. 1 tin of condensed milk. 1 cup of sultanas. Now these sultanas have been soaked overnight in 2 to 3 tablespoons of rum. Really, that's up to you. It is a minimum 2 tablespoons of rum. Bundy rum. What else do you use when you're in Bundy, exactly. Right? So yes, this is making a huge aroma through the entire caravan right now. But yes, sorry. So these are soaked overnight. 2 to 3. You could bump it to 4 if you want. I probably wouldn't go too much more than 4, but 2 to 4 tablespoons, depending on how much rum you like, the flavour you're going to get out of it. But yes, I must stress that these must be soaked probably for at least, what do you reckon, at least half a day?
I'd go overnight. 24 hours.
It really does need to be overnight. I don't think the camera gives it justice, but they are nice and
plump. Yep,
they're nice and plump, and there is really no rum left in the bottom of that, so they have soaked up all that goodness.
How much did you use?
This is 4.
4.
But the recipe requires a minimum of 2. I feel like 2...
It was a bit weak.
It's a bit weak because it's a whole cup of sultanas too. So the first little layer of sultanas is going to zap that rum up really quickly, and then the others are going to miss out. So these need to be soaked overnight. Toss them. I tossed these about 3 times. I didn't get up overnight, but before and this morning. And then just some extra coconut for rolling. There is no desired amount, but if you're interested, this is 3/4 of a cup. It's 3/4 to a cup. You may have a little bit left over. Alright, bowl and spoon, as always. Alright, so first step, you're going to pop the 3 dry ingredients in the bowl and just mix them together. So Weet Bix in. Without smashing the bowl would be nice. Coconut going in. And cocoa. And then just give them a little stir through so they are just combined. It doesn't need to be special or anything like that, just combined. That way when the other ingredients go in, you're not going to get lumps of cocoa powder or anything like that. I don't know if you guys can see all the dust coming out of that from the Wheaties and the cocoa powder. Whew. Alright, so I don't know if you can see what that looks like. It literally looks like Weet Bix. So it just looks like Weet Bix, maybe slightly darker than what they started because it all just mixes in there together and you've got no idea. Alright, so condensed milk. We're just going to pop it straight in. Oh, excuse me, this time I'm going to use a knife. It's a lot more effective than this fella. Alright, so in it goes. If you're like us and Ray really appreciates his condensed milk, you use a knife and scrape as much out as you can. Alright. So, condensed milk. sultanas, and if there is any residual rum sitting in the bottom of your bowl, upend it. Just chuck it all in. But we don't have any. So we soaked it up nicely, love. Alright, and then just give that a stir. This will get a little bit tacky. You may need to forego the spoon and get into it with your hands, but just see how it goes. Alright, so mixing together real nice there.
I wish you guys could smell it.
It's definitely making quite an aroma through the van, isn't it? Alright, so for anyone that watched the apricot balls video as well, the texture will look somewhat similar. You might be mixing this thinking, how the crap are these gonna hold together, because it's just kind of crumbling all over the place. It will. Don't stress if it looks a bit crumbly. You're absolutely on the right track. Alright, so it's literally that quick. All mixed together. Looks like Weet Bixy chocolatey goodness, but it smells like rum. Alright, so the next step is we're going to roll these out. Let me just... Coconut in a little bowl for rolling purposes. Alright. I'll just quickly grab a plate to chuck these on.
What about something to put them on? That's a good idea.
Very organised today, everyone. Alright, so now with anything that you've got to roll out, this is the fun part where it gets super messy. So feel free, cue kids. Alright, so again, it depends sort of how big you want them, but grab up a pinch of your mixture and just start to compress it together. So you will have to push it together a little bit first and then give it a bit of a roll. Now, I like to make them bite-sized because Ray likes to just walk past the fridge, grab them, pop it in his mouth and keep going. So, but you can make them bigger or smaller, whatever you like, but that's the size we make ours. Roll them in the coconut, nicely coated. Ta-da! One rum ball. Just one wee little rum ball. Now, you can pre-taste these if you like. I wouldn't recommend it because it really needs to bond
It's got to soak
together
in the Weet Bix
and soak. So if you taste them now, they're going to be a little bit crunchy and unusual. So I wouldn't recommend it. You do need to roll them out, chuck them in the fridge for a few hours to set, and then you can have a crack at them. So we'll roll out one more and then I'll have the fun job of rolling the rest of these out. So remember, very crucial when you scoop your mixture up to compact it, would that be the word?
Yeah.
Push it together really hard and then give it a little roll to make the shape.
We all know how I am with words.
Yeah, I know, I feel like it's rubbing off on me. Usually I'm the one with the great words, but I don't know. Alright, roll it in the coconut. Once it's nicely coated, one more rum bowl. So they look great, but I'll leave you guys here just for a moment while I get all these rolled up and we'll be back with you in a minute. Alright guys, so rum balls have all been rolled out. They've been in the fridge now for a couple of hours, so we'll give you a quick look. Again, I forgot to count them, Ray, sorry. You get this many at this size. You know, you can double the batch if you want to make more.
Is this my time to shine yet?
It's your time to shine. Look, there's a little one on the top there. You can have a little one on the top, hey?
Alright.
Oh, look, he's dripping coconut on the floor again. Are they not too rummy this time?
No, good.
They're good.
Best thing ever. I love Rum Balls. Done the proper way, mind you.
Done the proper way. It has to be made this way with the sultanas and the Weet Bix. And yeah, so get out there, give those ones a try. Now, for anyone that has been watching for the last 2 weeks, drop us a comment on what you might like to see us cook in the very first episode of M's Caravan Cooking for 2022. So it can be anything you like, whether it's a sweet, a savoury, anything, drop us a comment and we'll have a go at something. We'll choose something at random to feature as the first episode in 2022. So I'm nervous and excited to see what you guys have been coming up with. There has been some absolute crackers in there and some that we've actually already cook on a regular basis in our household. So but there's a few that aren't, so it'll be interesting to see what else you've come up with. Now, Em's Caravan Cooking, our month of Christmas cooking. Next week is the last one. I'm a little bit sad because, you know, Christmas coming to an end. But anyway, so next week we're going to do our version of the great Christmas dinner dessert. So I know a lot of people do pavlovas and whatever else, but we don't really do pavlova in our household. No one here really likes it. Don't crucify us for it. But we are going to be making our favourite beautiful Christmas dessert, and it is a chopped vanilla swirl cheesecake. So stay tuned for that one. It's delicious. But as always, guys, drop us a like down below if you liked it. Throw in any comments that you want. Don't forget to comment about what you'd like to see us cook for 2022. Subscribe to our channel, it helps us out, and we will see you guys next week.